That dude's going to win. That guy's going to win whenever it matters, and we got to deal with it for 2 more decades. That's what we're staring down right now.
Well, the scariest part is the Brady and the New England Patriots had 10 years without one. They won 2004, 2014 without one. So, like, right now, if we're just thinking about where
Mahomes will this dude ever go 10 years?
My point exactly. Like, if you were to, if there was a bet right now, will the Chiefs win a Super Bowl in the next 10 years? It'd probably be minus 500.
There's precedent. There's precedent.
And he's
probably going to have better weapons next year, too.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is the man who just dropped gloom and doom town on every city in the NFL this morning in our world. I assume he is living the high life because what he has done is unduplicable, incomparable.
What?
A true phenom. The only man in the NFL's history in his first 7 seasons, only played 6, to have 3 world championships and 2 MVPs. An absolute stud, ladies and gentlemen. Quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. Back-to-back Super Bowl champ right now, Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, Patrick!
What's up? How we doing?
How are you doing, dude? We saw you in SportsCenter yesterday. Obviously, the internet had their jokes about the good time that you had out there. How has life been the last 48 hours? Have you been enjoying this thing?
Oh, 100% been enjoying it. I'll tell you what, though, it's a little bit earlier mornings when you have kids after winning the Super Bowl. So those long nights, they come fast when that morning comes. So, no, definitely enjoying it. But we're champs again, man.
Hell yeah, you are. And they released the footage of you after the last play. Whenever you throw the touchdown to McCole Hardman, you're mic'd up and you're screaming, "We're world champs, we're world champs." And then you make that run and then you roll on the ground. Is it like that moment right there and that feeling is what you do everything for? Is that how you would describe your drive and your passion?
Yeah, 100%. I think the biggest thing is you don't even know how to even explain how you're feeling. That's why I was just running. I didn't even know where I was running to. I was just trying to enjoy the moment with my guys and the battle through the adversity we battled through this year. It was special to get that win on that stage and to do it with those guys.
Pat, on that 3rd and 1 in overtime where I think you ran for like 19 yards, you got inside the 15. At any point in that run, did you think, hey, I'm going to score here. This is going to be a walk-off to end the Super Bowl? Because as a fan watching, I thought for a split second, this guy's he's going to run this thing in.
That actually happens a lot during the game. There's always those times where I run, I'm like, I'm going to score. And usually right when I think it, I get tackled, like every single time. And that was the same moment. I kind of split through. But I have no top-end speed, so once I got through the first line of defense, man, I was just kind of stuck. So, if I would have had a walk-off, man, I don't even know what I would have done. But I was glad that we got my guy McCole in on it. He deserved it for sure.
I love the fact you always talk shit about your speed. You know, you say, I got a little bit of speed. I got a little bit of speed. But it appears as if every time you need it, you have it. And your arm is obviously absurd. It feels like the way people talk about you is a once-in-a-lifetime type athlete. You know, we were just chatting about it before you got on here, where there's only been a few guys in the history of the NFL because there's 22 people on the field, and obviously so much is dependent upon what everybody else is doing for every player to have success, where people look at you in like the first quarter and they go, 15's not losing today. Like, Patrick Mahomes is not going to lose. Third quarter, I think everybody on the group text was like, okay, Patrick Mahomes is going to win this game. Mm-hmm. Why do you think people view you that way? And is there like a zone that you get into that we all see happening? Like, do you acknowledge that and feel that whenever you get going in your competitiveness?
I don't know if you call it a zone, but at the end of the games, I feel very calm, man. I'm used to being there at this point, and Coach Reid prepares us to be in those moments. And I have a lot of guys I can rely on. When you have 8-7 running across the field and can get him the football and he gets 30, or throw a short pass and we're able to get extra yards. It's just all about doing the process of it, not making it too big of a moment. All I know is I'm a competitor and I want to win, and it's not like I try to do anything special. I just go out there and try to win, and we've won more than we lost, and we've been on a heck of a run.
You talked about the drama this year. Obviously, it continued into the Super Bowl. Travis Kelce attacked Andy Reid.
Whoa.
He crow-hopped, punched him right in the face. Just right in the face, right on the sideline, middle of the game. We obviously saw earlier in the year where we thought that ref was maybe going to get a piece of Patrick Mahomes. Uh-huh. Travis Kelce had the moment where he threw his helmet. It felt like this year everybody was doubting the Chiefs. It felt like maybe even inside you guys were wondering or maybe having a little frustration on why the Chiefs aren't playing Chiefs football. Was there a moment where you guys realized like the Chiefs is still the Chiefs? Was there ever a moment of doubt or question about your team and ending up as a Super Bowl champion this year?
I don't think there was a moment of doubt. I definitely think there were some trying times where we were really trying to battle through adversity. But we knew we still could win the AFC West, and we always thought if we got in the tournament, we had a chance to go out there and win it all. And that last Cincinnati game that we played, and we kind of got the offense moving at least a little bit. And then honestly, for me, the energy that we had that game that all the starters didn't play, that kind of showed me, like, let's just have fun, man. Let's enjoy it. If we're going to go down, let's go down playing it the way the Kansas City Chiefs play. And we carried that momentum into the playoffs. And we did have some wild moments throughout the year, but I think that's just age. All of us are getting a little older. When you're a little older, you know how it is, man. You got to let it out sometimes. You can't bottle up all that emotion.
Yeah, we got kids. You know what I mean? We got kids now. There's maybe some sleepless evenings. You get a call that has been called 11 times in the history of the game or something to change it. I appreciated watching you get a little fiery because we assume, because you're like the most likable superstar that there's been. You enjoy ketchup, that quarterback series.
So good.
The wrong ketchup.
You were you need to start. Heinz ketchup is obviously,
I'm not a Hunt's or Heinz guy. I just ketchup in general, man. I'm everything right now.
I respect
right
that.
now. Okay.
I respect that. Quarterback, you're drinking Coors Lights, you're talking shit like you seem to be, like the coolest dude of all time. So whenever we see that dog mentality and the fire come out, I want to let you know we loved it. We appreciated it. I also appreciated the evolution in your game. You talked about it, I think, in one of your press conferences. About halfway through the year, you had to realize that Spag's defense is a real deal. Like, hey, maybe I don't need to risk it right now. Maybe we just need to punt and let our defense do a thing. When do you start acknowledging that? What do you think that did for your game as a whole? And is that's clearly the best defense that you've had since you've gotten to the NFL?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I honestly think that defense is still underrated, man. If you look at the teams that they played and the way they were able to shut down some great offenses, that's going to be one of the best postseason runs, at least, that defense has ever had. And I think I realized after that Raiders game, whenever the Raiders only completed 2 passes or something like that in the second half, and we lost the game because of the offense, I was like, man, I got to stop putting us in bad situations. And I'm as aggressive as anybody, and I want to make plays all the time. And but you have to find ways to win with whatever team that you have. And for us, that was letting the offense go in the second half or the first half, whatever it was, putting up enough points and letting defense shut the door. They did it all year long, and they really were the reason that we won that Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, you had a game time
almost
drive.
had 400 total yards.
Yeah,
Harrison Butker from 70, all that works too.
Hey, he slipped and fell, hit that ball fat, hit it from 57, longest field goal in the history. Did you see his stats? Obviously you experience his stats. This dude's unreal. Look at this, 44 of 46 on the year, 15 of 15, 40 plus, 7 of 7, 40, obviously 2 field goals from 50 plus in the Super Bowl. Absolute weapon. He had a game-winning field goal last Super Bowl, game-tying Super Bowl this Super Bowl. Absolute weapon for you, Patrick. And Tommy Townsend's a dog as well. Your specialists are dogs.
Oh, 100%. Coach Tobe does a great job over there, Dave Tobe. He's been mentioned at head coaching interviews along his time in his career in Kansas City. They do a great job. Coach Reid's all about it, man. He wants specialists that can go out there and change the game, and that's what we have. And I don't talk to Harrison all year long, man. I just let him do his thing. But I know if I can just cross that 40, man, if I cross that 40, he's gonna put it through there. So I know if you saw in the game, I got a little pressure to throw it short and knew Harrison was going to knock it through.
Don't talk to him. Go say hello.
It's not like in the lunchroom. Can you say hi in the lunchroom?
No, we sit right beside each other in team meeting, and I don't say one word to him, only before the season and after the season. That's the only time I talk to him.
Smart. Hey, it's working.
Yep.
Hey, it is absolutely working. Go ahead, AJ.
Pat, what changed for you guys offensively from the first to the second half? Like in the first half, they seem to do a good job kind of trying to contain you in the pocket and making everything pretty tough for you offensively. What did you guys do at halftime, and how did you come out on fire in the second half?
Honestly, I think they had a great game plan. Their linebackers were making an impact. They were really kind of taking out all those short intermediate game that we had kind of been living on throughout the playoffs. And so I think we just got back to having some shot plays downfield, and then I had to know at the quarterback position, if it's not there, to throw it underneath the guys like Pacheco or Travis or whoever that is, and let them run with the football and make plays happen. That was kind of the biggest difference. And then I think at halftime, the guys just talked and said, let's just be us, man. Kind of like I was talking about in that Chargers game. I said, if we're going to go down, let's have fun. Let's try to put on a show. Let's play hard and just see what happens. And that's what the guys did. And I think the biggest drive, I think, wasn't for the offense. It was when after that interception, the defense got that quick 3 and out and got the ball right back to us. That kind of kept the momentum kind of kind of in the balance, and it took everybody, man. And the offense got it going there late. And then their D-line, I think, got a little tired because we had the ball a little bit longer, and we were able to get the ball down the field.
Momentum's real?
Oh, momentum's for sure real. I mean, I've always believed that. I know some people don't believe it, and I think it can flip just like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we watched it. Yeah, we've actually watched it happen numerous times, especially with you, a quarterback. You talked about some of the guys talking at halftime saying, hey, let's do us, let's have fun. We also heard about the speeches the night before. They're saying like Travis Kelce gave like one of the greatest speeches of all time. Who are the speakers? I assume you are also a guy that is talking to the team. And when does Andy Reid, does he tell you like 2 days in advance, hey, you're going to speak? Or how does it kind of go over there with you guys in the team?
Yeah, no, Coach Reid actually told us a couple days in advance. We didn't actually talk to each other at all. We just kind of all had our own speeches. It was me, Chris Jones, and Trav. Chris started it off. Chris's speech was amazing, man. It was really cool to see. I mean, he's always the funny guy that enjoys life, but he was real serious, and he kept it light, but he really got the team going. Then Trav went, I mean, pure emotion. You can't fake the amount of emotion that man has. And like you said, had people tearing up, and then I have to go last. I'm like, man, how do I even follow that? But I try to do my best, man. But it's I wasn't as emotional as he was, but I mean, it was. I just kind of told the guys, man, we're here for a reason. I mean, we are here for a reason. Let's go out there and maximize our opportunity. You never know when you're going to get back.
What does Andy Reid do, like, offensively that makes you two the perfect fit? You know, because he answered the question yesterday about, like, everybody's asking me about retirement. Why don't you ask Belichick or Pete Carroll about retirement? I guess I'm the old guy. Why do you think you two are so good for each other, you and Andy Reid?
I think the biggest thing with Coach Reid, man, is he lets me be me. I could have went to a lot of different organizations, and I think they would have tried to make me play the quarterback position in a different type of way. And I think he just let me be me out there on the football field. It doesn't always look pretty. It's always a little bit different. But he can teach the fundamentals. He can get the best out of me, and then he continues to push me to be even better. And that's special, man. I think that's why we have such personalities on this team. But whenever we're in the building, we're all about winning and however it takes to win. And I think that speaks to Coach Reid and the culture that he's built.
How about the plays, too? You know, do you think about how pumped he was whenever he found out you were his quarterback? Mm-hmm. He's like, man, I can just get this guy to run back 40 yards. And he'll just throw it 90 yards that way. You do some quick math. We're plus 50 right there.
Boom.
It is absurd watching you play football. You know that. You're Madden. You're a video game quarterback.
Oh, man, I try to be. You know, I don't say I'm a quarterback, man. I say I'm just a football player. I'm someone that just goes out there and just tries to find a way to win the game, competitor. And I'll throw it sidearm, I'll throw it left-handed, I'll throw it underhand, whatever it takes to get the ball in the end zone.
You did a shot put in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That shot put.
Hey, man, I know it didn't get to the line of scrimmage, but I thought Noah was close enough.
Yeah.
I thought he was close enough for them to not be intentional grounding, but it all worked out.
Hey, Gene Steratore was on your side. Yeah, I think he was in the proximity there. I mean, we're in the Super Bowl here. Feels like a good play. You might as well have it. D-But's got a question for you, Patrick.
Hey, speaking of good plays, and Patrick, we talked about it yesterday, your performance in the second halves and specifically Super Bowls and these plays, whether it's Tommy, Jerry Wright, Corn Dog, Wasp, how hard is it, number one, to sit on those plays until those gotta-have-it moments? And then what is it like when you have that interaction with Andy, you know that play is calling, you feel great about it?
Honestly, I'm always trusting the Coach Reid, man. He makes those perfect time calls right when we need them. And we have open communication the entire game about it. And that Tom and Jerry play, we had talked about, we had worked on it. It was like the last play that we had put in the offense during Super Bowl week. We actually didn't even have it in at the very beginning of the week. And so for him to sit on that play until that moment, and then even more than that, I mean, sorry for my language, to have the balls to call that play in that moment. I mean, it speaks to him, man. I mean, it speaks to him that he calls those kind of, I don't want to call them trick plays, but those very specific plays and big moments, and has the trust in us to go out there and make it happen.
Hey, do you see yourself? You watch us do this one? This one here?
Oh, yeah. I have to put the pressure on him. I want to get that huddle going, man. Just let's go.
Your hand gets going like 600 beats a second, potentially. Yep. I mean, and if it's a bad play, too, that's some bitches. Come on. Need the next one. We need, the tongue chewing on it. We are ready to go. I love it. Hey, Pat, you're a phenom, dude. And it has to suck to have everybody say that to you. But you just won your third Super Bowl, so accept the compliment. We appreciate you in football, dude.
Hell yeah.
Legit. It sucks.
I appreciate you.
It sucks, though. We had this conversation this morning. I'm a Colts fan, obviously. There's a Steelers fan in here. There's a Dolphins fan in here. There's Lions fans in here. There's so many different Patriots fans in here. It's like, are you retired? So you said, I think when you got in, you said, I want 4 Super Bowls, right? So you already got 3. You get one more, then you're out? You're done? Is that what we're thinking?
No, I'm not gonna be done playing anytime soon. I want my son to be able to grow up in the locker room like I grew up. So
how old
still
your
got
son?
a lot of life left. He's 1 year old, just turned 1 in November.
No.
Got a little bit.
I'm gonna work
Got a
on
ways to
I'm gonna
go.
work on getting this 3-peat, man, with no 3-peat ever. So we're working on that now.
Okay, so I heard you guys talk about that. You and Travis. I think you guys were with Boom and Boog on NFL Primetime after the game. Thank you for stopping by there. Obviously, Berman's a legend, and we love Boog as well. The conversation, though, Travis, I think, said, after we won the first one, we had a conversation about how there's a lot of teams that just won 1 Super Bowl and then kind of disappeared. You guys had your eyes on dynasty immediately almost. Is that goal coming into NFL? When does that become like reality? Like, hey, there's only been one team that's really been able to accomplish what we want to accomplish. That's the Patriots for the last 20 years. Are you comparing yourselves to them? Are you kind of like keeping a score as if like at this stage of their dynasty, we did this? And when did that become like the focal point for you?
I'm gonna throw our PR guy under the bus a little bit. I messed up. He said not messed up, but he told me not to say it again. In my first year starting, I said dynasty, and he did not like that I said that. And so I brought it back up to him after the game. I said, remember when I said it that first year starting? We got something going now. No, it's something that I don't know if I'm necessarily chasing like one team or one thing. I just want to make my stamp on the game, and I think we want to make our stamp on the game as Kansas City Chiefs. And in order to do that, you have to be great year in and year out. You're not always going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to try to, but you're not always going to. But you want to make sure that you give everything you have to give yourself the best opportunity. Then you can live with what happens. And we've won 3. We still got a lot of young players. We can keep Trav and Coach Reid around even longer. I think we'll have a chance as good a chance as anybody to keep winning them.
I just learned this. Of course, you called it dynasty after first year as Patrick Mahomes.
Nuts.
This sucks that you know what I mean? The Colts, you want to get traded to the Colts? I'm going to call Veach tomorrow. What a dog, dude. Connor has a question for you, pal.
Yeah, Patrick, we talked to Tom Brady 2 weeks ago, and we asked him about the whole conversation now where it's, how close is Patrick Mahomes to Tom Brady? And actually this morning, this is a new one, haven't seen it. Is Patrick Mahomes closer to Tom Brady than LeBron James is to Michael Jordan? That's going to be every morning for the
Sports media, baby.
Probably for the rest of your life, honestly. But how do you feel when you see those things? Is that something that you hate? Do you love it, obviously, because you're being compared to Tom Brady, and if you're being compared to him, that means you're winning Super Bowls? Or is this one of those things like you kind of just mentioned, you just want to be, the Patrick Mahomes of the NFL, not being compared to another guy?
I like it because he's the greatest of all time, so I like being compared to him. But I still have so long that I have to go in my career. If you look at the longevity, the consistent greatness that he had every single year, all I can do is just try to continue to be the best me every single day that I have and have no regrets. And I actually heard Tom say this a while back, and that was his goal, was just to be the best version of Tom Brady that he can be. And all that other stuff kind of happens. All that other stuff kind of comes with it if you continue to work hard and continue to get great teammates around you. But I've been blessed, man. I've been blessed to be in a great organization with great players. And if I can just continue to work the way that I work, I'll have no regrets about however my career ends.
So still very motivated. They say it's hard to wake up and fight whenever you're waking up in satin sheets. We saw that new house you built. Oh, whoa. How nice is that house? At par 3. I got a sky cam on that thing. They got a full drone shot. You got a par 3 in there, football field. Did you see the spread?
Hoop.
Oh, my God. Basketball. Oh, it is so nice. So now it's just chasing a legacy, huh? How are you?
Yeah, no. Yeah, we got the house, got the family, just trying to enjoy it, man. We are chasing a legacy. We're trying to do whatever we can to be the best we can be. But I think the biggest thing for me is just enjoying it day by day, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed with a lot of things in life.
Yeah, you're fantastic at what you do. Pretty girl's got a mom that's a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model.
Yep.
And a dad that's already being talked about as the greatest of all time. Hey, I can't wait to see you be president, sir. I can't wait to see you probably be president of the United States.
Kelsey and Mahomes, baby. Kelsey and Mahomes. We're coming in once we're done with football.
I love that. Tone Diggs got a question for you, Pat.
Yeah, Pat. I've noticed, or I think a lot of people have noticed, I think you rushed for almost 70 yards on Sunday. You rushed for 50, I think, in last year's Super Bowl, and you generally rush for more in the playoffs. Is that like a conscious effort where it's just you're not as worried about getting hurt in the playoffs because it's the playoffs, or is that just a natural thing that comes to you? And have you thought if I do this in the regular season, you could probably rush for 1,200 and throw for 5,000.
Here we
Is
go.
that something we're thinking about, or?
It might be a little too late in my career to get those rushing yards like that, but it honestly is a conscious thing that I know that I'm not going to slide as much in the postseason. I'm going to try to get those extra yards because every drive means so much more. And I always joke around, but I am a little bit fast. I can kind of make some stuff happen out there. And that's stuff that I work on. I feel like I'm more athletic now than I've ever been, and I think that just comes with the work that I put in.
Okay, so let's not talk about the athleticism. Let's talk about that big brain underneath that hair that you still have. Happy you didn't cut it. Hey, good news.
Good move.
Hey, it's gone this offseason. I promise y'all. It's gone. I almost did it today, and just came on today with it. I got to do something.
I would have been devastated.
Yeah.
You go back-to-back Super Bowls with that hair, and then you're trying to go for a three-peat, and you just change the whole hairstyle. We don't believe in any stations.
I got a 3-year-old at home. I can't just keep the mohawk going. I got to at least change it up a little bit.
After you go after you win 4 straight.
After.
Now's not the time. Didn't you grow up in baseball? That seems like.
I know. That's the only reason I didn't do it last year. Now I'm in the same predicament, man. God, man.
Oh, yeah, man. Got to win another Super Bowl, I guess. Go ahead, AJ.
Hey, I know you're a vet of these Super Bowl parades. What's the plan for this year? Obviously, now you know the lay of the land. You know what it's going to be like. How excited are you to get out there with your teammates and coaches?
And tarp off, huh? Tarp off?
Yeah, I might have to bring the dad bod out. It was a bad angle. But that angle in the locker room, so I might bring it back out. No, I'm for sure going to have a few Coors lattes. I'm gonna have a good time with my teammates. I know the parade route now, but I enjoy it every time, man. There's nothing better than that Super Bowl parade, and Kansas City always shows up and shows out.
Sterling is absolutely beautiful. How old is she?
I appreciate it. She turns 3 on February 20th, so we're right around the corner.
Hey, happy birthday. Can't hear us. Say happy birthday. You're the best. Patrick, enjoy life, man. We're very bummed that you don't play for our team, but we've all enjoyed watching you play football. 202 million people watched that game, they said. Did you see that?
Yeah, they said more than the moon landing, man. So, I mean, the most viewed thing on television.
So we definitely went to the moon.
I'm like 50-50. We've been there. I believe that we have, but there is some evidence out there that makes me at least think about it. I'll say it that way.
Hey, you're allowed to have an open mind. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. You're Patrick Mahomes.
Amen.
Do what you got to do. Keep crushing it. We're very thankful you're a part of our league. You're going to end up making over $1 billion with NFL contracts, and your business sense and savviness is fantastic as well. Keep crushing it, pal.
Appreciate you. Sterling says thanks as well.
Hey, no problem. She got a pencil. She's writing down plays. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Mahomes. Thank you, buddy.
Patrick.